Mary Spadaro.
What's up, guys? Been a weird week, huh? My dad and my brother told me that I should reconnect with my estranged mom this week, which is neat. Would have been fine. I just wish they told me a little bit earlier, because last month I graduated college on Mother's Day. So I wrote her a letter, and I dated it as Mother's Day. And I said, "Dear Mom, today I graduated college, something you were never able to do." And the thing about that is it is not true. She graduated college and she knows that I know that. But she doesn't know why I would write her a letter insisting she didn't. And I think that's gonna drive her fucking crazy. And then one day she's gonna burst and she's gonna call me and be like, "Why did you say I didn't graduate college?" And I'm gonna be like, "I don't know what you're talking about." That was the plan, but now I gotta talk to her Saturday, so my schedule's all jacked up. And she's gonna be like, "Hey, why'd you say I didn't graduate college?" And I'm gonna have to be like, "Man, this post office is crazy, huh?" And she's never gonna fall for that because she knows I don't know shit about the post office. I haven't seen my mom in almost 5 years. So the last time I saw her, we were at brunch, and she said that she would pay, and she did not. So I don't really remember what she looks like without an omelet I paid for sitting in front of her. But that's fine. I did just graduate college, and the day that I graduated, I got a job, which was so cool. Thank you. I have since quit that job, but for like 4 days there, I was both gainfully employed and a college graduate. Get wrecked, the patriarchy. Ooh. I was working as a nanny. The patriarchy was so mad. I quit my job as a nanny, not because I didn't like the baby. The baby was cool. I just didn't... He was cool. I just didn't anticipate certain, responsibilities that came with the job, like some duties and hours. And the mom, I didn't like the mom. Both of the parents were a little much for me because they're, hardcore millennial liberals, which means the way that they display their political views is with interior decoration. So, you go in the kitchen, they got a magnet on the fridge that says, "Keep calm and resist Trump." Will do. Head to the bathroom, they got a little hand towel. The hand towel has ice cream cones all over it, and then in big loopy script it says, "I scream, you scream, we all scream for reproductive rights." Girl boss. You head into the living room, the mom corners you. She says, "You're actually my second lesbian nanny." Awesome. I usually go by Mary, but second lesbian nanny works great too. And that is a pretty weird thing for her to say on my first day of work, probably. But in her defense, it ended up being super valuable information for me to have. And if she hadn't told me that, I would have had so many questions, why does the baby keep calling me a dyke? And how does he know to refer to my haircut as carpet muncher-esque? I thought I just came up with that on his own until she reassured me that no, I'm not the first of my kind that he's encountered before. And that made me feel better. There were parts of the job I liked a lot. I loved reading books to the baby, though I do think a lot of the time, especially with children's books, they'll kind of abandon the integrity of the plot for some sort of messaging. Like this one book about teamwork, they had everyone hold hands to get to the space and land on moon. And they made a human chain to get to the moon. And then when they landed on the moon, they put a rainbow flag on the moon so that the gays owned the moon. And I don't want to talk out of turn here, but I don't think the gays need the moon right now. I'm not saying we're not gonna need it. I just think let's make it so everyone can donate blood and then we'll do moon stuff, There was this other book I read this baby. It was written by Jonathan Van Ness of Queer Eye fame. It's called Peanut Goes for the Gold. And it's about this little non-binary guinea pig named Peanut. And Peanut competes in a talent show. And they don't win, but they do a dance that they made up themselves. And they spin and they twirl and they do it exactly as they want to do it. And they are so proud of themselves afterwards because they were true to themselves, and you should be true to yourself, and that is the point of the book. And I'm reading this to this baby, and I use she, they pronouns, so it hits kind of close to home, and I can't help but think, wow, if I knew this non-binary guinea pig in real life, they'd want me to get paid more than $16 an hour to cook and clean and take care of such a homophobic baby, you guys. This baby called me names I didn't even know existed. Do you know how impressive that is? Especially for like a queer woman, because what are you gonna do, call me a dyke? This baby called me a name 6 times as bad as the word dyke. Do you know what he called me? I got called a dyke by a baby, you guys. The baby's right, I do have a girlfriend who I love very much. And we cannot have a baby together without some science involved, which is a bummer because I would love to lock that shit down with a accidental pregnancy. But I would love to. She's awesome. But you know, if we could have a baby, me and my girlfriend, that was like biologically ours, that baby would be so cute and so charming and so witty, and there would be like a deep sadness about it, I can tell you. But yeah, we can't make a baby, so I don't know how much I'm allowed to talk about this right now, but I do think that with, you know, the Supreme Court decision and stuff, we should talk about how abortions, yeah, they should be legal and they should be safe, but more than that, they should not be such a big deal, right? I mean, there is a type of abortion where you can take one pill one time and you are no longer pregnant. And I'm not talking about like Plan B, like that is a type of abortion. One pill, one time, terminated pregnancy. Anything that can be fixed with one pill, one time, is not that big of a deal, okay? If you had a friend who was like, I have depression, and then he took a Prozac, and he was like, I no longer have depression, you'd be like, that's fake depression, my friend. If you take one pill one time to kill your baby, that's a fake baby. Do not worry about it, okay? As a lady, I'm often reading people's magazines, Lady Tips. You know, you're familiar. And there's something they always have in the back of those, and it's like, what shape does your body resemble in terms of fruit? And sometimes it's like, I'm a pear, or I'm an apple. And I think that that's silly, because if I was going to be a fruit, I would be a dyke. Thank you, guys. Have a nice night.
Mary Spadaro, everyone, let her know. We are buddies who do board games and drugs together.